Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolk Knits. Hello y'all, and welcome to YoungFolk Knits. My name is Casey, and on this channel I mainly like to chat all about my love for fiber arts. So lots of knitting, sometimes sewing, crocheting, spinning, and whatever else we might get up to. I also live on a small farm here in Arkansas where myself, my husband, and our children are beekeepers. We love to raise chickens, gardens, animals, and spending time outdoors in the foothills of the Ozarks. Sometimes I share a little bit about that as well. So if any of that sounds like your cup of tea, then make sure and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new video content. It is a super busy week here, and I don't have a lot of time to chat today, but I wanted to update you a little bit on a few different projects that I've been working on. Today is Tuesday, August the 15th, and I'm not sure what happened, but August is literally halfway finished. That went by really quick. I am ready for fall. I hate it when it's 120-degree heat index. Today is actually a lot nicer than that, I will say. Today has cooled down a little bit. We got a lot of rain, but I think it's gonna heat right back up to what it has been, and that humidity is unbearable. Because of that, I am very excited for fall, but I also am feeling like fall is sneaking up on me, and I have so many projects that I wanted to have completed by then, and I haven't. So, you know, on that hand, I'm kind of like, oh, I need to get moving here before summer is completely gone. True to form, it is a new week, and therefore I have a new cast on. But I also have a finished object and some plans that I want to share with y'all. First of all, for my finished object, I am super excited to finally be able to show y'all my turtle dove cardigan, which I tested many months ago, now it feels like. But this is a pattern that was designed by Melissa from Sonder Yarn Co., and it is going to be in the Lana magazine issue 18, which is going to be coming out in just a few weeks here in September. They have released the pattern previews. You can see those on Ravelry. There's a lot of them on Instagram. And so we were told that we can go ahead and start sharing our test knits, and this one was mine. So a pretty popular pattern is the turtle dove pullover, which was designed quite a few years ago, and I really love it. It's beautiful because it's got this super deep yoke depth that makes it a little dramatic and special, and the twisted ribbing, which is also very beautiful. And so this is the cardigan version of that pattern, and as you can tell, it has this really nice deep yoke with these gorgeous raglan increases, and it also has a sort of tall mock neck collar, which is knit in twisted ribbing, and the cuffs and the bottom hem are as well. You have this beautiful matching button band detail, even though there are no buttons with this cardigan. I'm going to go ahead and put it on so I can share a few things about it. I love this dramatic collar. It feels more like you're wearing a jacket almost, the way that it looks, but it still, you know, definitely has that cardigan feel to it. I love this just dramatic yoke depth. I think it's very elegant and a little bit different. So this is knit in Sonder yarns 4-ply, which you hold double and then you hold with that 1 strand of mohair. This is knit up on, I believe I used US 10 needles, so 6mm needles. She may have ended up changing that in the pattern because I think most of the other people had to use a little bit bigger needle to get gauge, so maybe 10.5. I can't remember now. Because I'm allergic to mohair, I used 1 strand of the Sonder 4-ply with 1 strand of their Surrey alpaca, which is the haze base. So even though the mohair and the Surrey are both considered lace weight, the Surrey is a much fuller yarn, and I was able to get gauge with only 1 strand of 4-ply and then 1 strand of the Surrey, and I love it. It's so flowy, it's so light, and I feel like I want to wear it outside all fall. I love the green color that I used. It's just absolutely beautiful. It was provided to me as yarn support for the test, which I was very appreciative for, but this is going to be a staple. I absolutely love it. I also think that it would be really cute if you cropped it. A few other people that I tested with that I have seen pictures, I know everyone knows the prolific knitter, Kamei, I believe is how you say her name. She's just an amazing test knitter. She just cranks those knits out. I don't know how she does it, and everything she makes is beautiful, and she is beautiful. But she has posted a picture on Instagram, so you can look at that hashtag, the turtle dove cardigan, and you can see how it looks on her. She's a slimmer build than me, and I'm also a lot taller, so you can see, you know, a few different body types there. And then also Tracy from the Grocery Girls, she tested with us as well. So you can find her on Instagram as just Tracy, and I'm not sure if she's put a picture up yet, but I'm sure she will soon if she hasn't. So it kind of has that big oversized look. The sleeves of my dress are pretty wide, so you can see it through my cardigan, but I really, really like it. It's just so flowy, and I want to wear it outside to do morning chores and everything else. I absolutely love it. This dress has a lot of positive ease, and so it's kind of pushing my cardigan out. But I also think that if you cropped it, it would just be really, really cute over dresses. This length definitely gives it more of a jacket vibe, and I like that. One thing that I did was to put a crochet seam to give the collar a little bit of extra support, especially since I only used the 1 strand of 4-ply. I think it needed a little bit more strength to sort of stand up and have the look that it was meant to have, and I'm glad that I did that. It was very easy to do, and it looks great, and I believe that it is included as an option in the pattern as well. So make sure and keep an eye out for the new Lina magazine issue. It has some gorgeous patterns coming out. I'm very excited for it. Another finished object that I'm actually wearing, and it is this dress. There is a free pattern, which is called the Augustina boxy top, and it's a shirt pattern. You can print it off at home. It doesn't have a print shop option because it is free, which I do hate that part. I wish that it could come in a print shop option, but it really isn't that big of a hassle to tape it together because it's just a top. I took that pattern, I cropped it, and then I just did a self-drafted skirt. It's got a lot of positive ease, as you can see, probably 10 inches of positive ease, maybe 12. but it's supremely comfortable. And I really like the sleeves though. I think it was fun to turn the straps a different direction for this little sleeve cuff. And then I did horizontal straps for the bodice and vertical straps for the skirt. So I made this out of Merchant & Mills linen, and I had 3 meters of it, and it was, you know, plenty. So if you're a smaller size than me, I would say, you know, with that width of 56, 57 inches, you could probably, you know, do 2.5 meters and still get a nice, easy little dress out of this. Only thing I'm not sure is you do have to have some excess fabric to be able to cut a bias binding out. And it does waste a little bit of fabric, but it makes a really nice neckline. So you may need 2.75 meters, but I think you could get away with 2.5. And when I make this dress again, I'm going to go down a size again on the top and do a little bit smaller, because I still think this has a bit more positive ease than I was intending, because it doesn't have bust darts. If it had a bust darts and a bust adjustment, then I think that it would fit closer at the waist, and I feel like that's always a bit more flattering when you have a full bust. But it also is one more element that makes it a little bit more of a complicated sew. So the fact that it doesn't have bust darts makes it extremely easy to sew if you're more on the beginner side. Absolutely love the pattern and highly recommend the Augustina boxy top. I would, however, closely read the measurements and pick your size based off the measurements, not based off of the numerical size, like, you know, 10, 12 or whatever it says. I would definitely check the measurements. Okay, a couple of other things I'm working on this week. First of all, something y'all have seen before. It is my hat and peak. I finished the cuff and I'm starting the color work portion. So this is a pattern by Max the Knitter, or Maxim Serum, and I am using Farmer's Daughter Fibers Recollect Base, which is a sport weight rambouillet, and it's amazing. So I have a double folded brim finished, and then I've got this color, which is starting the color work section. It's really not a difficult color work hat. It does have some very long floats, like 17 stitches, I think. So you definitely want to be comfortable with catching floats, or, you know, possibly even doing ladder back jacquard for some of those. But it's a very enjoyable knit. And I am holding it in my Matter Root bag, which I bought a couple years ago, and I have really enjoyed using it. And I've also got my test knit, which I'm holding in my Mood Living bag. I love this bag too. I have got 1.5 sleeves yet, so I should be a really good girl and just finish those up in the next 2 days, which I could definitely do a sleeve of this in a day. The sleeves are so fast, but of course, instead I cast on a new project. I am using Luma from the Fiber Company in the color Aegean, and I should be able to share this test knit with y'all at the beginning of September, so stay tuned for that. So since I spoke with y'all last week, I have cast on 2 new projects. First up is a project that I had the garter tab done on, and that was pretty much it. So like 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, I ordered yarn from Union Fiber. So this yarn is something that I ordered from Union Fiber Co. And she is a yarn dyer in New Zealand, and every color that she dyes I fall in love with immediately. So this specifically is all fingering weight, 100% superwash merino singles. So you can just imagine the color take up on this yarn. So this is a shawl, and it is called the Color Craze shawl, which is a pattern by Tammy Gore. And I fell in love with this whenever I saw Bonnie, who is the dyer at Union Fiber. Whenever I saw her project, I immediately wanted the exact project in the exact yarn. So I 100% copied her. I got the exact colors that she used in hers, and I am so happy with them. But unfortunately, I wound the balls up, cast on the garter tab, put it in a bag because I started a different test knit, and I haven't worked on it in like 2 or 3 years. So I've been thinking about Rhinebeck. I've been talking to Becky, who is a hand knit letter on Instagram. She is my co-host on the YoungFolk audio podcast, which you can find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can find it pretty much anywhere that podcasts are streamed, and there is a link in my description. Also, side tangent here while I'm thinking about it, Becky has just started her own video podcast here on YouTube, which is also called A Hand Knit Letter, all one word. And she put up her first episode last week. She did a fabulous job, and if you listen to us chat on the podcast and you hear different projects she's talking about, now you can watch her videos and see what she is talking about. So make sure and go check out her videos. Anyway, I was talking to Becky. We're in super outfit planning mode. I just keep seeing all of these articles, how this year is breaking temperature records everywhere. And I know that it has been unbearably hot. And so now I'm a little bit concerned that it may be hot in October. I mean, not hot, but too warm to wear woolly sweaters. Maybe even too warm to wear a cardigan at Rhinebeck. I know I'm gonna wanna wear something hand knit though. I mean, knitting is my love. I'm going to a sheep and wool festival. I want something that I knit that I can wear. So I thought that this shawl, I already had the yarn for it. The yarn was already wound up. It's not something I had to pour a lot of time into because honestly, I don't have that much time. I've got a test knit for Rebecca from the Crayabea that I need to focus a lot of time on. It's going to be due before in Rhinebeck, which I will show y'all in a minute. I also need to finish up the test knit that I have due at the end of this month. And of course I've got the hat. I had the vest that I wanted to knit. So I just didn't have a lot of time. I did think about finishing my Birds of a Feather shawl, but it is a really bright lime green, and I thought it might not be super fall-like. But if I can finish this shawl quickly, I may go ahead and finish that up and take it too. I also thought about trying to finish up my pressed flower shawl, but that is a mosaic knit DK weight shawl, and I thought that might be really, really warm, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. Okay. Back on track here. This is my main color. This is my second contrast color. This is my third, 4, and 5. Ah, my lord. Okay, I actually can't juggle, so there it went. Ugh. Oh, heavens above. Atlanta. So these are my colors for the Color Craze shawl. Of course, I'm in the middle of a row. That's okay. So this is my shawl so far, and I love it. I have done this in like 2 hours of knitting time. So you start off with a garter tab cast on. You've got this garter section. You have a very short brioche section. You have some stripes. And then you have this solid color with a few eyelet rolls in it, which I actually think is kind of fun in this dark color because you can't see it that easily unless it's got a light background behind it, and then it almost looks like little stars in the night sky. Well, there's a few more short brioche sections in it. There's some striping and some color block sections. It's extremely easy. It's extremely fast. I think this would be an excellent first brioche project to learn how to do brioche. And I think that the fall colors will be really nice. They're not light neutrals. They're still neutral enough that I think that they will go with whatever I end up wearing. I feel like if this was all you were knitting, you could finish it in a week. It just really isn't that much knitting time. It's more shallow and longer, and I will wear it as a scarf, I believe, is how I will end up wearing it. But I am very excited to finally get this done. I will use up every bit of my main color, but I should have loads left over from all the rest of my contrast colors, which will be really nice to use in more shawls. Last but not least is my other cast on, which is the Alder sweater or Alder pullover, and it is a test knit for Rebecca from the Craze. I'm also right in the middle of switching it from a 16-inch circular, which I had started the yoke on, to a 32-inch circular needles. I'm using my Chow Goose on these. So this is the Alder sweater. Not much to show at this point. This is the stitch pattern. It's really fun. It's super fun too now that I have joined in the round. It's a raglan pullover, and I actually think that this sweater might end up looking super cute with this dress, because they both have that orangey red copper color. That's my plan. So let me show you what yarn I'm using. Sonder Yarn Co., which is what Rebecca knit her sample in. The Sunday Morning DK, which is 75% BFL, 25% Masham base. Is it Masham or Massam? It's a lovely woolly wool, and I'm using the colors Simple Pleasure and Copper Kettle. Apparently I'm not feeling huge amounts of inspiration because I am literally copying her exact colors, but I think it's just because I loved them so much. Like, this is my current color. I love coppery red and orangey red. I just wanted it in the exact same color that she did it. I thought it couldn't be topped. So I ordered these. I'm so happy that I went with these. They are incredibly beautiful. Sonder just does an amazing job dyeing non-superwash yarn. This is a very woolly wool. It feels great on the hands. I mean, I will say it is a woolly wool. It doesn't feel like a super smooth, soft superwash. So if you are really sensitive, I would probably try to feel this before I knit an entire sweater out of it, but I love it. I will say that this is going to be an extremely warm sweater. As soon as I knit my swatch, I was like, oh, that's pretty thick. That's pretty thick fabric. And I had high hopes of wearing this one day at Rhinebeck, but I'm now concerned this might be way too hot for me to wear all day. I'll probably take it because Rebecca's gonna be there. Mega from Skeins of Dreams is gonna be there. She's testing it also, and obviously we'll have to take a picture, so I'll take it, but I don't know if I'll be able to wear it all day just because it's gonna be a very warm sweater. Which is perfect for Scotland, maybe not ideal for Arkansas, but that's okay, the things we do for fashion. So I am holding this project in this beautiful Magner bag. And I have been in love with these bags forever. I just think that they are stunning. And I love the fact that it's another Southern handmade company. They're made in Georgia, and Magner very generously sent me a few of their bags. So this is the original size. They also sent me the biggie and the itty bitty, which I'm going to share more about on another episode. This one is just like the perfect quintessential project bag. I love that it has these two handles on it because you can carry it like this. You can carry it like this with it open and knit out of it. Has these beautiful drawstrings on it, made out of this leather as well, and it's stunning. I love the waxed canvas. This is the olive color, so very pretty. Y'all know my heart beats green. Anyway, Magner has offered a discount code for all of y'all as well. So if you would like to get your own Magner bag, you can use the code YoungFolkKnits and get 10% off your own order. So you can follow the link in the description and see some of their gorgeous colors and sizes and fabrics. And if you see one you like, then make sure and use your discount code. I've also been doing some sewing prep. I cut out my Chanterelle pants, which is the new pants pattern from So Liberated. I cut out a jumpsuit pattern, and I've got everything ready to cut out another one of these dresses, which I'm doing the hacked Augustina boxy top for. And I would show y'all that, but time has run away with me a little bit. I need to knit a few stitches on some of my projects. I also need to get out in the garden later since it's so nice today and do a little bit of work. So I think I will do that now.
Staying at home, turn off the phone, I will listen to you. You lay in the sheets, you hold on to me like I'm already gone, and whisper your words like secrets written in an old moleskin. Look up above, the sunlight seems like it is gonna break in, and something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. My shirt, wearing the skirt that my mother gave to you. I come up behind you and kiss on the side of your neck a few, and turn off the lights. The stars in the sky are turning so clear, and without the words, the feelings unheard can still be just as sincere. But something's not right. Something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. taking yourself to the hospital. And I feel okay, almost the same, but I know I'm not healed, and something ain't right. Something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoy videos like this, then please make sure and give it a like and subscribe. That way you won't miss out on any new video content, and it really helps my channel out so very much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here each week. And until next time, happy knitting, y'all.